The Grand Colosseum of Exthar had witnessed 1,000 battles across 3 centuries, hosting the galaxy's most fearsome warriors and displays of martial prowess that drew spectators from dozens of star systems. The arena's blood-soaked sands had claimed champions from 43 different species, each believing they represented the pinnacle of their civilization's fighting capability. None had ever faced a human. War Master Groktal the Undefeated stood in the center of the arena, his massive frame casting shadows across the battlefield. For meters tall, armored in scales harder than starship hull plating, and armed with weapons that had carved through the galaxy's finest warriors, he was considered the ultimate expression of evolutionary combat perfection. 60,000 spectators filled the Colosseum's terrors, their various forms of excited communication creating a cacophony that shook the ancient stones. They had come to witness what was expected to be a brief, educational demonstration of why Deathworld species should remain on their backwater planets. The human delegation's representative was the last to enter the arena. Katie Chen, 17 years old, walked through the massive gates wearing what appeared to be a simple athletic uniform rather than armor. She carried no visible weapons, displayed no enhanced cybernetics, and at barely 1.7 meters tall, looked more like a lost child than a warrior capable of facing the galaxy's apex predator. The crowd's roar shifted to confused murmuring as they processed what they were seeing. "Is this some form of human insult?" bellowed Chancellor Yixthara from the royal viewing box. "They send a youngling to face our greatest champion?" Ambassador Sarah Chen, Katie's older sister and Earth's diplomatic representative, maintained her composed expression. Katie volunteered for this demonstration. She felt it would be educational. War Master Groktal's laugh echoed through the arena, a sound like grinding stone that had preceded the death of countless opponents. "Little human, your species' arrogance will cost you dearly. I have killed warriors 3 times your size." Katie looked up at the towering alien warrior with the patient expression of someone listening to an adult explain something obvious. "War Master Groktal," she said politely, "before we begin, I should mention that I hold a 3rd-degree black belt in Taekwondo, 2nd degree in Judo, and I've been doing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu since I was 8. The translator system struggled with terms that had no galactic equivalents. "What are these? Belt systems?" Groktal demanded, his combat instincts beginning to register something unexpected in this small human stance. "Martial arts," Katie explained. "Earth fighting systems. We developed them because, well, Earth has lots of things that want to kill you, so humans got really good at killing things back." The arena fell silent except for the hum of recording equipment that was about to capture the most analyzed combat footage in galactic history. Groktal raised his ceremonial war club, a weapon that had crushed the skulls of legendary champions. "Enough talk. Face your death with whatever honor your primitive species." Katie moved. What happened next defied every principle of physics that the assembled spectators understood. The human girl seemed to simply step forward, and suddenly the galaxy's most feared warrior was airborne, his massive form rotating through a perfect arc before impacting the arena floor with enough force to crack the ancient stones. The war club, which had been in Groktal's grip a fraction of a second earlier, was now resting casually in Katie's hand. The silence that followed was absolute. Groktal lay motionless, not dead but completely unconscious, his body having shut down from the impossible physics of what had just occurred to him. "Ippon Suinage," Katie announced helpfully to the stunned crowd. "Basic judo throw. You use the opponent's size and momentum against them." She placed the war club gently beside the unconscious alien warrior and walked toward the arena exit. "Any questions?" she called to the 60,000 spectators, who were struggling to process what they had witnessed. The only response was the sound of various species breathing apparatus operating in shock mode. Ambassador Chen spoke into the deathly quiet. The Earth delegation thanks the Coliseum for this cultural exchange opportunity. We look forward to continued peaceful relations. 3 hours later, the Galactic Combat Federation officially banned human participation in all martial competitions, citing irreconcilable differences in baseline physical capabilities. The match footage became required viewing at military academies across the galaxy, filed under why direct combat with Death World species should be avoided at all costs. Katie received a perfect score for her cultural demonstration and a formal request to teach a masterclass in applied physics for diplomatic